Let's look at how to do a melodic harmonization on NoteFlight. So there are 5 steps involved here, and we'll go over them as we move along here. So first thing, if you're looking at NoteFlight, and make sure that you are on the home page. If you click on home, you should see any scores that you have here, and you're going to want to create a new score. And so I have new score, and what I'm going to want is I'm just going to choose piano because that's going to have 2 staves. It's going to have a treble and a bass staff, which is all I need. So I hit OK, and now here's my score. So I'm going to go to where I downloaded my image for my soprano part, and here it is. This was tonight's homework, let's say. Whoops, wrong one. This is the one that I'm going to choose, and that's right here. And I will close this off so I can see what I'm doing over here on NoteFlight, and I can have my melodic harmonization next to it. So the first thing I notice is I need to give it a title. So I can call this melodic harmonization number 5. Hit enter. Then composer, I can put my name here. And then I go to file and I hit save. Now I have this much information saved. Now looking back at the example that I have to put in, I notice I have 2 sharps in my key signature, which I know is the key of D. So I go under staff and change time signature. And these are just the prep steps. These aren't my 5 steps. So now I'm ready to go. So first step, step 1, I have to enter the notes. So I see I have D, C sharp, D, E. So I'm going to go over here click onto the staff. And then with my keyboard, I'll type a D. I notice it's in the wrong octave, so using the up arrow, I'll make its way up. Then I hit C next. Now it knows what octave I'm in. Then I can look here, if I just shorten this, I have D, C, D, so hit D again. I'm typing this in with my keyboard. E, D, F, then E, and notice it stays in key. So the thing here is I wanted a half note, so I can click the half note here. Now it changed. Now I can go back to what I was doing and start typing D. It's a half, I want a quarter, so click on quarter. D, F, F, E, which I want a half note, and then D, and I'm done. But NoteFlight added an extra measure, so I gotta go up to the top and see when I scroll up top, there's a play and there's a minus sign. Click the minus sign and it's gone. Now I'm ready to do the homework. So step 1 was adding in the soprano. Step 2 is we're going to take the lyric tool in the soprano, which is the La. So I clicked on the note to make this window appear, clicked on La, and I write my possibilities. So in D, D is Do, but the possibilities of the chords it shows up in are 1, 6, and 4. Notice how I just went backwards and skipped 1. Hit spacebar. Now the C sharp, that's the 7, minus 2, 5, minus 2, 3. Those are my chord possibilities. Back to 1, we already did. 1, 6, and 4. Now we have 2, Re, which is 2. Subtract 2, we get 0, which is 7. And then subtract 2 more, we have 5. Those are my possibilities. And now you're going to see some repeats. So here we go. D is 1, 6, 4. F sharp in the key of D is 3. And the other chord possibilities are 1 and go back 2, which is 6. Now we have the 2 or Re, which again we saw earlier in the first measure, which was 2, 7, and 5. Now we're back to D, which is Do, which is 1, 6, and 4. Another Do, which is 1, 6, and 4. Now we have Mi, which is 3. Other possibility is 1 because we're going back 2. And then 6, same note again. We have 3, which is 1 and 6. Those are my chord possibilities. Then we have 2, Re, which is 2, and then 7 and 5. And then we're back again to 1, which the possibilities were 6 and 4. So now that's step 2. So step 1, put in the soprano. Step 2, write the possibilities. Now I need to choose. So that's step 3 and step 4 put together. So what I'm going to do here is I'm ready to create my part. My choices here are 1 and 4. Well, in this exercise, I can only use 1 or 5, so I must choose 1, which is D, because we're in the key of D. So there's my 1. Now, if we look at the second note, I can only choose 1 or 5, and the only choice I have is 5. In the key of D, 5 is A. So Here we go. Now look at the next one. There's a 1 right there. There's no 5, so I must choose 1, which is D again. Now if we look here, we have our choices are 2, 7, and 5, but I can only choose 5, which is A, so I hit A. Again, here, 1 is my only choice, which is D. The next one, 3, 1, and 6, those are my choices, but I can only use 1, therefore D. If you look here, we have 2, 7, and 5, but the only thing I can use for this exercise is 5, which is A, because that's the key we're in. And now I need to change that to a half note. There it is. And we're going to keep going. This is 1, 1, 1. They're all 1s. So 1, oops, half notes. I want quarter notes. I'm going to grab this one, make it a quarter, get rid of that rest and put a D there, and make a D there. Now we're almost done. We got 2 more to go. Here, the only one I can choose is 5, but it's a quarter note. I need to make it a half. And then we're back to 1 again, which is, we're going back to 1. And again, to get rid of this extra measure, I click on the minus sign. So those are steps 3 and 4. Step 3 was I chose whether it was 1 or 5. So I chose 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 5, 1. And step 4 was actually putting in the bass notes that I chose. And then the final step is click on the first note. Now we got to just put in the Roman numerals. So click on the La, the lyrics tool, and here we go. 1, spacebar, 5, spacebar, 1, 5, 1, space, 1, spacebar, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 1. And there we go. Now you're ready to share it. So what you're going to do is make sure you save it again, then go to connect. Then you would click on an individual here, and then you put Doc Mac and you hit save. And what's going to be different on yours than on mine is you're going to have the share icon. So I'm going to show you what that looks like by just making this available to all site members for now. That's not something you have. But then you'll see this share icon right here, the three dots connected. Click on that and you have a link. You grab this link, copy it. You can go up here to copy, or you can do the Command C. And then this is the add link you're going to put into Google Classroom. And then you'll be able to share it with me. And if you want to listen, here's something. So when you're going to the sight singing, you hit play. And that's it. But let's say that's too fast for you. You can slow the metronome down. And then you can try it at this tempo. So that's how you'd slow it down. And that's the basic gist of it. Good luck.